Hello beautiful people, hope you're doing well. My name is Dennis and welcome to my channel. In today's video guys, I want to talk about something and I want to show you something. Most of my friends and my relatives have always told me that Bamburi Kisauni is one of the areas in Mombasa that is very dangerous to stay. And yes, I agree with them because of this gang thing. Those people walking cutting people with machete, and also we are so much theft, drug abuse. There's also another thing that I want to show you today, and this is how houses have been built here in these areas. And we have so many streets, so many corridors here and there, that also those kind of corridors may attract thieves, you know, because there are some areas here in our the area of Bamburi you cannot just walk like that during the night time. So it is very dangerous. So today I want to give you an example of different kind of streets here in this area of Bamburi. And now I'm in an area called Vescon 1. This wall here is just borders Vescon 1, and I will be walking in this direction, going on the other direction, heading to Kazandani area. And that area I'll be showing you guys the street. You cannot just walk there during the night. Like when I say night, I'm talking about maybe 9 p.m. in the night time, 9 p.m. going on, 9 p.m., 10 p.m. going on. So these streets always are very scary. Even when you're walking along, those streets are very scary. So in today's video, I want to show you those streets of Kazandani area, so that you can have an idea how the street that I'm talking about, guys. So let's head on. But before I continue, I just want you to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so that you cannot miss any video when I post it on my YouTube channel. And now let's begin the video. That is the back gate of Vescon 1, and this road here takes you see this road here takes you to Mwatamba police station and the Mwatamba area on the other side of Bamburi. But I'll be taking you through this road here. This road here takes you back to Blue Pacific. When you go in this direction, you go to Blue Pacific, and when you go in this direction, you go to Kazandani area. So there is where I'll be taking you, so that I can show you the street of what I'm talking about in this area of Kazandani. So let's go, guys. So guys, these are the streets of Kazandani area. Look how they are. It has rained a little bit, so we have so many corridors in this area. So the area is kind of muddy. Look at this area, how it is. It's kind of muddy. This is the interior areas of Kazandani area. It's kind of muddy. Today I'm just walking with my open shoes. I'm not walking barefooted, guys. So many people have been commenting I'm walking barefooted. So today I'm wearing my open shoes. So let's head on. Wow. Water everywhere, guys. I'm gonna walk here. Oh, let me just walk. This area is full of water. See these corridors on the street? Buildings are Kilamali. Buildings have been built everywhere in this area. That is a building. This is a building. Like buildings are just close to each other. Look at this. So I'll be walking using these stepping stones here to walk to the other side. As you can see, we have stepping stones here going all through the other side. So yes, let me just wait for the lady to pass. Ladies first. So let me just give way for the lady to pass. It's kind of difficult for her to pass, but yeah. Habari yako? Yeah, jambo. So let me just use these stepping stones to pass to the other side. So let me try. Oh, stretched my legs. Okay, I'm moving on very nicely. Wow, I'm almost done. Okay, guys, I'm on the other side, so let's move on. Jambo. Okay, so these are the streets of, see, someone is planting some vegetables on the other side. See this net here, this net has covered this house with a small garden here where they're planting some vegetables. I always know when someone is putting nets, like this is mosquito nets on a fence, they're always guarding on their side. This is a good idea. But during the night time, this area is always very dark, so it is not that good for you to just pass through in this area during the night time. I'm talking about maybe 9 p.m. or you see that person is struggling moving to the other side. Wow, it's kind of dangerous. Guy, look at that. I think the stepping stone didn't work. He stepped on the water anyway. So yeah, so let's move on. So I was saying these streets here are always very dark. Let me just use this road, kind of muddy, so let me just use this road here. I'm saying these streets are always very dark to pass during the night. I'm talking about 9 p.m. So because of that, it always attracts thieves on these areas, and you can be attacked when walking here alone during the night. So it's kind of dangerous, you know. As I told you, someone is planting some vegetable on this garden here, and another person is keeping cows in this area. Look at this. Someone has a cow. Niaje? Someone is keeping cows in his backyard. Look at these cows. We are not in the rural areas, we're in the urban area and town area, and someone is keeping cows. And this is amazing, guys. This is so amazing. This is beautiful. This is the wonders of Mombasa, but yeah, we must just be nice and move on. So let's move on to these streets of Kazandani area. Bari yako mami? So yeah, now we are heading to these tight streets and corridors of this area of Kazandani. Look at this, kind of muddy, but I'll just walk on this area. The good thing about this street is when it rains and it's kind of muddy, people always come out and keep some stepping stones on this water so that you can step and walk to the other side. This road here takes you to the where this guy is keeping cows, but I'll be using this road. You see this one, this corridor is very tight, so walking in this kind of corridor during the night time is kind of dangerous. That's why I'm telling you that. Also, this kind of corridors make people very scared of living in this kind of areas here in Mombasa, Kisauni area. So that's why not only gangs and thieves and this kind of bad things doesn't attract customers and tenants to come and live in this area, but because of these corridors too make people to avoid living in these areas of Bamburi and Kisauni, and also a kind of a garbage area here. This is not a garbage area, this is just people throwing trash in this area here, but it is prohibited, I think, and I know this, it is prohibited, but people are still throwing trash in this area. And this is someone's house, and the amazing thing about this, not amazing or what, the same people living in these houses are the ones throwing trash in this area, and they know that they bring diseases and mosquitoes and everything, and the smell and everything, but they still throw trash here. But this is one of the tight corridors and tight streets of this area of Kazandani area. Look at this tight corridors, and it is very quiet. No one is in this street right now. No one is even walking now in this street. But let me move on to see this kind of corner right here. the streets here, the corridors of this area of Kazandani. Wow, look at these tight corridors. This is another corridor, so I'll be taking you to this corridor right here, because this one leads you to, now there's kinda a small road which is very open, where bikes and tuk-tuks are using. But this is a house, so houses are just being built here in very funny way. But yeah, this is Mombasa. People always struggle for land to build houses. So yeah, so this is kinda a very big road. Also this one is a very big road whereby cars and motorbikes and tuk-tuks are using. But this is the corridor that I've come from. So I'll be going on using this road right here. Let me take this street right here. This is another corridor that it is very hardly you can see people walking on this corridor during the night time, because they're dangerous, especially while you're walking during the night time. These kind of streets are not very safe for you to walk, especially if you are a lady or a woman walking in this kind of streets. I cannot advise you to walk in this kind of streets during the night time, especially 9 p.m. going on. Another tight corridor right here. Wow. And this, see these tight corridors? These are houses, fences of houses everywhere. Again, stepping stones, so much water. You see what I'm talking about? The cleanliness of the estate is also a challenge in this area of Bamburi. So see this very tight corridor, guys. Wow. See how they have built houses. All of these are just houses. This is a house, this is a house, this is another house, this is a corridor. Look at this. So when you're walking in this road here during the night and someone stands here and another one stands on the other side, you have nowhere to run. These are just hard rocks. This is a fence and this is a fence. So when someone stands here on the other side, you're cooked, right? See these tight corridors. This is what I'm talking about, guys. So yeah, let's move on. So look at these tight corridors. These are just buildings have been built in this area, very close to each other. So this one is a kinda bigger road. So here is the Kazandani area. So that's the Kazandani Primary School. So this is Kazandani Primary School and Junior Secondary School. This is a bigger road that takes you to the Kazandani estates. Yeah, so not only gangs in Kisauni, also this kind of streets also attracts thieves and robbers to come to these areas to rob people. Mostly those people always work in the morning and going when those people were going to work very early in the morning, and those people coming from work very late at night. These streets are always dangerous, so you must be considering that while you are renting houses in different areas of Mombasa. Consider checking out your area, how the area is, how easy can you get to your house, or if you are working late or if you're going to work very early in the morning, how safe are you to get to your house, or how safe are you to go out of your house to your workplaces during this time. So consider that while you are renting houses in these areas of Kazandani and areas of Mombasa. So consider that, guys. So salam. So that's what I was talking about. So let's continue the video. Imagine walking on these corridors very late at night, and The other thing, these corridors are always not so many people use these corridors. That's why when I'm walking in these roads, these corridors and streets, you always see me just walk alone, because not so many people are using these corridors, guys. So yeah, it is kind of scary, you know, because it is good to walk in areas which have so many people walking, but in these areas not so much. So let me just walk you through these areas. Still streets and corridors. Wow, look at this. Oh my god, guys, this area is very dirty. These are the corridors of this area of Kazandani. Very dirty corridors, but you know what, let me just walk on these stepping stones. Wow. Wow. But people have built houses here in this area still. Oh jeez, people have built houses in these streets. So this is very muddy and very dirty, but people are still living in these areas. Look at these streets, these corridors. Wow, very tight corridors, muddy and very dirty, but still people are living in this area. Bariako. But I'll be still using this. Look at these corridors and streets. Wow, look at that guy struggling to pass on the other side. Look at that corridor, it comes all the way, this kind of streets going on. Look how tight this corridor is. It is like the length of my arm, very tight. So in this corridor you cannot even walk two people here. It is just meant for one person to pass and the other person to come back. You cannot walk two people in this corridor. So yep. So yes, some stepping stones on this water right here. So let me just step and go on to the main road. Yeah. So guys, I've made it to the other side. Vipi? So that's, look how tight this corridor is. These are the corridors of Kazandani. So imagine walking on these corridors alone during the night time. A very tight corridor, so many houses built in very tight space. So houses everywhere, guys, houses everywhere in this area. So yeah, this is how this hood looks like in this area of Kazandani. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching this video until the end. I hope you have seen how these corridors of areas of Kisauni and Kazandani area in Bamburi looks like, and how dangerous they look and very scary during even the day. And imagine walking on these streets during the night time is kind of tricky. So you know, we have different kind of people. Other people like living in these beautiful areas which have very spacious roads, kind of something like that, and other people just like to live in these kind of areas because of some factors like cheap rent. But I'm still working in these streets while shooting my video. I'm saying that most of the people live in this area because these houses in these areas are very cheap to live. The rent in these areas is very low, so that's why you can see so many people in this area. So many streets, houses are built, so many in very different way because of the demand of tenants in this area. You know, one factors and one truth about this kind of area is because so many houses have been built in this kind of way because houses are in a very high demand in these areas. So many people always want to come and live in these areas because the area is cheap to live in. The rent in these areas is cheap, so most of the people always tend to come and live in these areas because of that. So that attracts so many kind of different people with different characters to also come and live among other people. I'm talking about the bad guys, you know. So that's the difference between areas like this and big estates which have gates and security and everything. Here we don't have gates, here we don't have security. Security is yourself, and security is just you taking care of you, you know. So that's how this hood and these areas are of Kazandani here in Kisauni area. So yeah, I've shown you how the streets are, and you will figure for yourself if you can live in these areas or you cannot live in these areas. Me, I'm familiar with these streets, so I know these streets. I've been walking in these streets for a long time, so I know these streets. I know what time to walk and what time not to walk in these streets. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video until the end. Hope to see you, and hope you'll comment on my videos, like, share, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.